There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
It's nice to see you again, my dear friends. Welcome to #Michael, the podcast from and with Michael Brünn. Today we're coming back after well-needed holidays in Spain. I was there visiting my family for 2 weeks, and now I'm back in Dublin for the last 2 weeks. And that's the reason why we have a very, very special guest today. Because out of the reason that Ireland didn't put my home country Spain on the green list to visit, to come back easily, I have to be self-contained in my house. So I cannot visit nobody. And I didn't want to really do an interview with a guest over the telephone. That's not very nice. I thought about that, but no way. So there's a very guest which I know very well for the last years. But let me explain #Michael what contains. #Michael is a program where a guest get questions sent few days ago in advance. He can think about the answers and send it me back, and we'll give the questions, the answers, and we speak about the answers in this #Michael podcast. As I said, I know today's guest very well. Next week he will become 44 years. We know each other, and he is customer service associate in Accenture. in their company. He is a well-traveled person. Welcome and big applause to myself. Hi, Michael. Hello. Yeah, just kidding, my ladies and gentlemen. I'm not kidding. Michael Brünn. I interview myself because I cannot really meet someone else, so I do myself interview. First of all, I wish you all a happy, lucky day, the 8th of 2020. Michael, let's go to the question. Okay. Yeah, let's start with the questions. We have always the same questions, so our listeners can compare the answers to the previous guests, which I always greatly thanks very much that they are participating. Michael, something you learned from your grandparents? Oh, that's that's a good question. Something I learned from my grandparents. I learned, depending from which one. I mean, I learned different things from my grandparents. From my grandfather, from father part, I learned that you don't be shy. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have a problem, or if you have issues, then speak up. In Germany, called Berliner Schnauze, the mouth of Berlin. They're very famous for that, to speak up, not really in a nice, or not always in a nice way to speak up, but not always in a nice way to speak up, but they tell you when they're not happy with something, or they're criticizing you very well. Something my grandfather from the male part was very able to do. My grandparents from the female part, from my mother part, I learned to be humble, or to be as well human, like that. Very lovely person. I learned that or saw that when my grandparents be humbled and being nice and friendly to anyone. The humble part, I learned it, I saw it, but I didn't really get it from them. I didn't copy it very well from them. That's my issue. Something you do better than your parents, Michael. Something I'm doing better. I learned I'm the good of both worlds, let's say like this. I am in business related. I am a bit like my father, not so detailed or full concentrated like him, but he's a very good businessman, and I learned from him to not give up, to continue to do your job as good as possible, and or even better. I learned from him also a bit be competitive, which is not always nice if you want to say it like that, but it helps to come forward in your life when you are a bit competitive. From my mother's side, I learned and I get it hopefully a bit better, the human side. She was one of the reasons I studied male nursing. She in the military service, obligated in Germany in that time, but to help people, to try to understand them emotionally, and being so I'm the best side of both of them. I'm emotionally able, and on the other side, I'm a very cool business head. Hopefully, my parents don't take that so much in account. As your child, you want to be what? As a child, I want to be like my father, because I always admired him, and I'm still admire him for all what he did and how he handled the family and business wise. I learned very early in my life the word spelling mortgage, as a German Hypothek. The funny is, I could spell the word. My father was at that time a state agent, and are state related. Yeah, and so he used a lot of words like mortgage, like credit related, e-borrower, etc. And I just copied his words, and that was with 7 years old. So my teacher said, "Do you know what a mortgage is?" And I said, "No." And then I asked my mother and said, "Your husband is related to a state agency or something?" She said, "Yes, why?" Oh, okay, that explains anything. So I tried to copy for years my father. And then I realized I can be similar to him, but I cannot be him. And that's where when I made my own style, hopefully, and getting in some ways different to him. For example, we took the totally different direction. He started as a bank manager. I tried in the bank, didn't like it, and quit immediately, because I couldn't handle the kind of type of organization, and I prefer to work in hotel management or and guest relation management. What performance, Michael, you are very proud of? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of performance in my lifetime I'm proud of. Like I said, I started male nursing, but not in Germany. I studied it in Spain. My Spanish at that time wasn't that good, and my Valenciano, that's the local language in Comunidad Valencia where I live, is absolutely none in that time. Now I speak 2 words or 3 words and impersonated and have the guts to saying that I speak them fluently. But now my thing was that I that I achieved to get the license as a male nurse after 2 years studying and my practicals. And I was the first one in the Comunidad Valencia, the first foreigner which ever achieved this title in that time. Today there are lots of more from other countries, but I was the first one. And then they even took time because they tried to not accept me, put some stones between some sticks and stones in my way to get me not into school or not getting past the exam. So, but I never gave up. That's what I learned from my father, and I get through and I passed the exam. Now we are here in Swords, Michael. I ask always my guests, the most of them are foreigners at the moment. Did you choose or choose Dublin U? A bit of both. I worked in Portugal in a very good company called Teleperformance. Hi everybody in Portugal. Bom dia, boa tarde. I worked there for 2.5 years. Very absolute nice place. And then a headhunter called me and offered me a job in Dublin, or here in Swords better, in a well-known car rental company, Hertz. And out of the reason that they've offered me a nice higher position and more money than even my team leaders get, I decided to come over to Ireland. So more or less they chose me and I chose them. Do you have a favorite place in Ireland, Michael? I've not traveled so much yet in Ireland, out of the reason that I'm here more business related than anything else. But I have 2 places. One is Malahide, or specific the Malahide Castle. There's a nice, lovely park and the castle there, so you can visit this and sit down there when the sun shines. It's just a nice place to stay and hang around and enjoy the silence and the nice weather. And the other place is Howth,